Astana. This is Team Spirit! Taken to the stage next for us. They've finally done it. This is Astralis!
Will the pressure get to them? Players that have had questions on the bigger stages have so far been performing here in Astana, but this is the true test. This is the final boss. This is as hard as it gets.
Flashed off the line. Donk was trying to be the first to face, and he will get dropped out on this backstab from Yabi. Astralis, HOTU said before this, he felt like the scoreline the last time they faced off on Dust didn't show how close it really was. And so they've come into this with a point to prove. Chopper will pick up Stare on his push in through the tunnels. But the round stalls out here. What was a great start for Astralis, still left hanging in the balance. Device takes it one step further. Never out of the question for Magics to randomly have one of these pop-off moments, especially in the high-pressure games. We all remember Shanghai. Oh, and there's a clean tap. Down dead. Magics gets the ball rolling. Device is hot on his heels on a wrap out through middle. This has to be clean for Device. No. And Magics just makes it past. That's the bomb away. Gonna have a route to a plant here. Chopper picks up Device. And so this is it. HOTU's done a lot to get Astralis to this position, but now being asked to clutch up 1v2 to open up the grand final. Doesn't make his move yet, trying to piece together where these guys have gotten to. He sneaks in quietly. Looks ready for Magics here, but it won't matter. HOTU denied in the pistol. You know, you question the depth in a BO5. Feels like they need shock and awe.
Donk's lucky that team flash hits him because Astralis throw one at the same time, and it still works out. Pistols just eviscerate in middle. Where did that come from? Stout with 4 kills, and he enters the stage early today. They lost the crucial gun rounds, but kept their money up in that game. leaving them only 3 T-side rounds. Astralis already putting a lot of stock in this short control. We know Spirit have some brutal executes in this part of the map. There's no way to break this. He risks going through.
Oh, deleted. Stown found early. And this B site starts to feel a lot of pressure now. Stair will also get swung on. Good night. B site crumbles.
Like
for Device and HOTU, they're saving Mac 10s into this next round.
You may as well go for it just to keep pressure on, to make money off the Mac 10s. There's nothing to save here. You've got money. Because that is an outstanding round from Zontix, and Magix keeps it up. Zontix had his back turned there. I don't know how he flicked so fast. And so, from a flawless second round to Astralis, to potentially the same for Spirit in the third. This final starts on rocky road. As I say that, it's a second volley of smokes. HE ready for this mid to be smoke. If Stan wants to drop it, they peek before it blooms. He's got an option at least. Donk, grunt of nades. Bomb loose in middle. This is getting weird.
Yeah, 40 seconds left. They have to go back and get that. The push is denied, though, and the numbers start to crumble for Astralis.
It's quick.
Smoke still up in CT, and so that bomb is retrieved. Gun dropped in front of HOTU, and it feels like saving might be your best bet, but if you take a look, Shiro already on the hunt. You've noted a kind of change in Shiro in these playoffs across this tournament. He's been right up there alongside Donk, and he's been far more active, far more aggressive. It's a punishing hunt out of Spirit. Rotates is so far away, they don't have nades to blow open this smoke, and so it really comes down to this two-man hold in middle if Spirit set their sights
That's a good read
on the mid to B.
It's a good read for Astralis. If it does have mid to B, they're not playing anyone upper. Spirit keeping Astralis guessing. They could lose a bomb again if they go through these doors. High-low setup is perfect for Astralis.
Magix faces first, Donk up next. That's the bomb dropped out in no man's land. Donk now into the fray. You've been waiting for him to have his round. Well, that double bails Spirit out of a potentially rough situation. And Chopper even holding on to these extremities, these players that push the long doors. Gonna struggle to find a way in. HOTU nailed by the Shiro AWP. And Astralis arrive at their worst nightmare. Not just this awkward wrestle for the economy game early, but now losing their first rifle round. This game already starting to feel like it's spiraling out of control for the Danes.
Oh, and they're coming for this AWP as well. Look at the line on the map. They've got every position. They now know Device, and they can hunt him down. Shiro even has a Molotov for default. It's going to get worse for Device. Edging out, Shiro jiggle. He's only baiting for his team who are moving up fast. Device is on his last legs. And Spirit successful in that hunt, successful on this T side. Donk is looking hungry, that much is for sure. Dropping lower instantly. Not even util to set him up here. Okay, they missed the mid-smoke. That's something, but Donk's going to play ahead of it anyway, and he'll just catch Stair for free. All by plan for Spirit. They make it look calculated.
They're ready for the reaction as well. Zontix has been a menace in these tunnels, and he's got the full support of the rest of Spirit with him while Donk keeps the pressure on in mid. Here he is freestyling, going up onto the catwalk. Went and roamed, found that early kill out through middle, but Donk's never content with just one. Wasn't ready for the bait and switch. But it's nothing more than a consolation kill. The defense is split here. Stown in danger as he's wrapped through mid, short, and long. There's three angles he's got to hold, and none of them feel right. Stown will be found out.
Literally no idea where to look, right? You're hearing steps from two different positions, and it's the third you don't know that takes you down. Spirit suffocating on this T side. even after Donk gets fouled on short. This whole team is stepping up to the plate at the moment. Yabi just trying to survive, and this has just been the game right now. It's been trying to keep your gun for Astralis. Shiro finds a collateral to do it, and they don't care about money. Something has to give. Something has to change. As Spirit only now throw their first proper cat execute, and it's all a fake. Dropping back into the MP9. Stown again delivers a double. The bomb lost, Spirit making it tricky for themselves, but they have no problem picking it back up in these rounds. Back into middle for Zontix. Package secured, 3-on-2, only pistols. 15 seconds, Stead could win it.
One kill in the right place, but it's an instant trade out of Chopper, and that removes the pressure of losing this one to time. Yabi in this 1v2. Feels like he wants to give it a go. Creeps up through the spawn. Right now, you've largely been looking at Stown to be the hero, and Yabi falling short in the clutch. At this point, you're looking for anything if you're Astralis. That's actually one of the better positions you've been in, and that speaks to how desperate it is. I think the thing that's going to hurt even more for Astralis here is like the vulnerability also being like the thing that makes Spirit so scary is how good Donk and Shiro are and have to be in a lot of these wins, right? You've seen games come close on that flawless run through the groups, or even once we got into the playoffs where it felt like these two were kind of hitting like a two-man army. They were having to do everything, but right now there just isn't a weak link in sight for Team Spirit.
Oh no. Oh, bad news. Bad news!
Donk plays with his food. And Astralis are lost.
Oh, don't worry. Spirit will find them. They've not let these saves happen. Let me show you the way back to spawn. Magic's hunting with an AWP. And you just know they're going to check these corners. Yabi fighting for his life as Spirit 5 alive in the post plant. They get that spot. They go together. Clean as can be. And survival is anything but guaranteed. 11-4 for Donk, 9-1 for Team Spirit.
Putting up some crazy games.
Stown in his worst year yet since joining Tier 1, having an incredible tournament. A 1.2 rating.
None of that is mattering right now. This looks like a championship tier squad going up against nobodies. This is an Astralis that we're hitting hard, and they are getting systematically destroyed on Dust 2.
Shiro v Device is not even a contest right now. He's held angles, he's lost. He's peaked angles, he's lost. That head-to-head rages on, all in favor of the Spirit Sniper. Stown, the one guy who won Astralis their single round. Shows his hand in middle, backs up to try and make the right read, and of course with the way this game is going, it's the wrong read. Bomb heading B, Yabi holds it on. 3-on-3, I mean, look at Spirit on the map. They're holding long, they're in suicide still. They're barely moving. They know Astralis are feeling the burden. And aggressive they get into Donk's AWP this time. Gonna miss that timing.
Oh my God.
He has 2 lives.
You don't want to miss against Donk. Might be best known for his work on the rifle, but certainly not shabby on that AWP. They will get past him. Yabi in this B hold overran, and so for Astralis, an attempt here at a second round.
No one wants to plant.
Chopper's gone back to hold on to the tunnels. Is this a move Stown is ready for? Doesn't look like it. And so Chopper collects the freebie. Even here, Astralis held an advantage for a moment, only for Spirit to rip it away, and that's how this whole map has felt. Spirit trying to deal them a crushing defeat on the half and teeing themselves up to go a map deep into this grand final.
There's no consoling Astralis after a map like this.
They managed to make it across. This is all a fake over towards A, and Spirit have fallen for it. Hook, line, and sinker. They've pulled everyone over, so Astralis going to have a plant here and a 5v4. Look, at this point, you'll take whatever you can get.
Just trying to shut down the Spirit confidence more than anything. If Spirit even realize they're all still fighting here, one player goes back to middle, but by the time they find out, it's already too late. Astralis will be getting this pistol round, is something we can say at least.
Magic's even tried waging some mental warfare heading into this second half. He hit them with the have fun at 11-1.
That's just rude.
That have helped shape up this scoreline. Force buy up for the Spirit squad. They found success in this round once already. Awkward spray for Yabi. Will regain control out through the long doors.
Yeah, at least Astralis playing fast, playing with some faith. Yabi's got to be careful here. Covered for the moment by his partner in crime. Astralis make it up catwalk, Loud at the long side. Chopper, this will be an easy kill, but can he follow up? Can he remove a rifle and get armed in what is a 3-on-5? Spirit move in for the kill. They get the blow. Donk stopping down and looking for that AK-47 as well. Astralis take the site, and I say at this scoreline, why save?
Donk gonna hang around down in the pit. He's got Zontix here with him. Right now, Spirit send out that scout to go fishing. One peek from Device costs Astralis their advantage. Spirit would have been down to save, but that's the red carpet rolled out. Donk tapping from afar, losing time to go for this 1v2. He wants that AK in the next round. These hero gun rounds for Donk were a defining part of their game versus FURIA in the semi-final. Spirit. That's like a heavy call to have to make, right? Risking everything on a play through the smoke. They'll lob in their exec now. Magic's first line of defense for Team Spirit.
Great spot.
This is the round that could look to end it all. Astralis' brief glimmer of something on this T side. Magic's is about to tear it all away. The guns come out and straight away.
And Astralis walk behind this lurk smoke. Who else but Donk in the B-bomb site, ready to end this map?
Right place, right position. He's lost his teammate, so Donk will be a requirement here, but he's getting overrun. Only good for one. The mid-split sticks the landing for Astralis. And it would have been poetic for Donk to end this right there and then, but it is a well put together B offensive from the Danes.
Yeah, nice pathing. Huxi getting that mid kill as well. Astralis not only climb over the box, they get control of the site, they come through the window. Too many targets for Donk. So Astralis, they've got a couple of little plays up their sleeve, no doubt about it.
You know, you might see sides to people you didn't expect when you're getting blown out like this in the final. But let's see, can they keep the ball rolling? Donk, he wants this map over and done with. As far as he's concerned, it should already be the case. So he makes a play out in a top mid, but he's traded after the first. With Stabk in the tunnels, control over middle. They set their sights once more on this B play.
Zontix turns back. Do they get concerned with the tunnels, or do they fight Astralis in middle first? Lurker
Does
gone.
that change things? 35 seconds. Astralis, if they do want to change their mind, there's still time for it.
Yeah, Shiro AWP on A or B stack. What's better? I don't even know. They're going to try anyway. Shut down to the first step, and now there's no trade. Now it's just petering out for Astralis. Chopper holds on. 2v2, back into the AWP they go.
Playing through the smoke, they need this kill straight away, and Shiro doesn't miss those! That moment of indecisiveness for Astralis costs them everything. And in trying to dodge the stack, they play into the hot hands of a Shiro that has been booming with confidence here in Astana.
Heavy shadow daggers. What the fuck is this? Nah, man. Yes, sir. That's my style.
T-side start at least gives something to Astralis. Getting to play their game, make their own moves. But Spirit are a menace on this map still, and Zontics in final form right now. Great Dust 2 starts Nuke off with a one-tap. Astralis go for the Hell Control.
They're double set up here as well. Like, you won't be ready for Donk in this position, and not being ready for Donk is a scary thing indeed, but that's a keen turnaround from Device. Spirit did have a double lower setup. They're starting to dismantle it now. Look at Zontics just running all the way up through Secret, here to try and help out, keep them pinned in down at the lockers. Device searching, but it's stair creeping up, closing the gap on Shiro. Astralis are finding their way back into this pistol. Chopper's missed the timing on a player moving out towards the door. Magic's trapped down in the vent. That bomb still is to cross out in the yard if they do want to try and go A, but right now this is worth a hell of a lot. Yabi gets the warning, Magic's dead. Chopper drops in at the back of the site, and he's starting to get overran. They're in the heavens, they're ready to play out through the door. This is very claustrophobic for Spirit's captain.
It almost feels like they're destined to go A just from Jabby's position. Chopper just trying to fight for the site, falls immediately. And that will be Astralis looking to lock in a pistol round in this second map. Despite a seemingly strong start from Spirit, Astralis flip it on its head. 3 on 5. And nothing to do for Zontics but die.
And look, for Astralis, that's huge. There's a lot to be happy about in this pistol round. Like you said, you weren't just at a man deficit, you weren't just at a 3v5, but you walked into setups twice over from Team Spirit and still managed to get out with it.
As everyone looks to fight together after the fade of these smokes, Astralis aren't looking to cross with them either. They're being very cautious. This could lead them right into the trap. Lots of Molotovs to push Spirit out, but they're still all here. They have the numbers. Donk goes 1 for 1. Damage done. Zontics firing from afar. And these 5-7s haven't even sprung the trap yet. Astralis, are they ready?
This timing, Chopper gets in close. Zontic's done a good job of kind of selling. Astralis splitting up this two-man push down into lower, windows broken. Device coming out through the single door. Zontics gets away with a lot of damage. Tees up Chopper once more. That bomb's going to try and fly up. They meet on the ladder. Magic's falls. Astralis once again from the back foot able to grind a round out here. Chopper is wounded. Shiro is far away. And Spirit like these saves. So much time having elapsed, they're not going for this. And so Astralis will find their way back into this round. An awkward engagement on the ladder. And it tees them up to come back through, find this conversion, get off to a good start on Nuke.
Oof. Yeah, pretty successful round for Spirit as far as the loss goes, but at least Astralis keeps somewhat.
There is still something in this round for the Spirit squad, though, and it's a big thing, right? Donk given that AK. Fast ramp hit, but two players here. Don't underestimate this Chopper 5-7. AK and Donk gonna get on in time. Moves in to help his captain out over at ramp, and he stays mobile on the AK. He knows with that smoke going down, Astralis are blocked.
Yeah, let Donk roam in this kind of round. Spirit just make sure they can't lose to position by taking that A bomb site, getting into nice spots. And Astralis stall it out. They have 2 smokes. And they're really bleeding this round dry to see if Spirit bring anything to it. Donk feels like he's cleared outside. So he drops down Secret. But Astralis only now just re-entering the lobby. Stown coming in. Could get caught as Yabby's misses timing on the door. But good peek together. They find Magix. Chopper might get locked out of this A site as Astralis regroup back on the ramp where this all began. Donk's been B this entire time. So safe to say, in a position to win the round. But Astralis don't want to end lower. Ladder for Device and Bomb in the lobby.
Getting Device up into heaven is a very, very potent position for Astralis. He'll have that bomb to play around when it's eventually planted. Still don't know about Chopper, who's been waiting in main this entire time. Donk is also ready to fly up the vent. No one facing him early, so Donk will get a bit of room. CT player deleted. Donk starting to move in, and Device will quell him. That's the advantage of getting Device in that spot. That's why Astralis lent him so much time.
Oh, it's a scary repeat for Device, though, making the call to push through the Molotov. Do they want to keep playing with this pace? Looking like an A-rush.
Oh yeah, this is one hell of a pace change. Look at how unprepared Spirit were for this.
Chopper's anti-flash, nothing even lands.
That's HOTU getting a call from the front here. And after a bunch of these grueling, slow rounds to try and stabilize for Astralis, they hit Spirit with an uppercut, fast A hit. Donk, even tenuous out in the yard, will get the better of HOTU, but wants to prioritize saving this gun. Astralis 4-0 as they beat down this first rifle round from Spirit.
Yeah, I love the call. You know, Donk's probably not going to start on upper as well, so just going for a fast upper play. Avoids the AWP, avoids Donk. Those are the 2 big pieces for this Spirit defense. And Astralis catch Spirit completely by surprise. Chopper's just caught looking nowhere. Oh, can they get this gun? Oh, almost the lineup for Donk, but Astralis denied the AK save, and that matters more than most. Again, still unknown about the element of surprise. Very powerful here for Shiro. He's dodged everything. Catches Stare blindsided. Maybe boxed in, but he knows it. He heard Stown scale forward. Oh, missed shot. This is a problem.
Oh, dear.
5-7 so lethal up close.
The way that Shiro was able to kind of thread the needle on that play, it's wasted so much time for Astralis, right? They were bogged down trying to deal with Shiro in the back line. That leaves them with 15 seconds to actually make a play.
How do they win
And they're
this?
going into lower. Donk here with the hero gun. They'll line up for him. And that's what you've been trying to avoid if you're Astralis. But the clock left you no choice.
He's just so mobile, Donk, right? Gets down at hell.
For what was looking like their biggest strength to already become a weakness for Astralis. Double wall out in the yard. No chance to blow these smokes open. Just firing blind. There's not a lot of damage done. Zontix, though, dropped down right at the start of this round, and he's ready to contain. Stops the spill through Secret. Now just jiggling on this tight line. Even hearing that little bit of crowd swell, if you're Zontix, you know that was a high damage HE. It's the only thing to gauge the reaction. Shiro here to help him, and this is a powerful crossfire to try and get past. Shiro lights them up. There's the support from Zontix. And this lower hold, infallible. Astralis bogged down in lower, trapped in these crossfires. Yabby left to the extremities.
Feel like we're going to see a lot of this for Yavi, where he's holding rotation and he's not going to find anything. Spirit don't need to rotate. They found every kill on that lower site. All dropped in from ramp or Secret earlier. That actually lands in front of the hut. Are they just going for the plant? Is that a goal in this round? Bomb is here. the rest are ramp. This is a crazy call for Astralis.
Right.
Baking the plant, getting the bomb out of there, and going ramp bound. Everyone rotates. Zontic's unwavering.
That's some out-of-the-box thinking from HOTU. And it might have given them a chance here. Chopper dead on the move in and lower. Donk seeing your little tricks. How cute does he find it? He's dead immediately. Stair picks him up, and once more Astralis gonna enter a bit of a freestyle here in the 2v2. A cool idea to get them to this point in the round. Something Spirit haven't seen before. But will a little gimmick be enough for Astralis? Shiro dead down at lower. The Danes seem to think so. Magix moves in. It was his clutch right at the start of this series that put Spirit off to their winning ways. Left in a face-off versus Stair, and he's boxed in. That is a sick call from HOTU. He smiles all round. He can't believe that that's just worked as well as it has.
I can't believe he gets out with the bomb. That was a heavy setup for Spirit. They had so many players topside. A lot of util, a lot of spam forced out. Most importantly, Spirit not rotating after hearing all that pressure on A. And HOTU gets in, gets out like a bandit. And they just drop into that B-bomb site. Very cheeky eco strat for Astralis.
Double smoke wall once again. And as has often been the case with this wall, there's already a man down at lower. It's Shiro on the line with his AWP. First to face his device. Gets mauled. Shiro, this is a very aggro angle, but he lives to tell the tale. This is a guy trying to reinvent himself. Stays aggressive, keeps the pressure on, and now Donk is in the back line. Stown is boxed in, finished off. And only Yabi remains late on a ramp lurk into a lost B site. Doesn't know where to look. Zontic's already down here, and he will get the better of him. Spirit with an immediate reply.
May have been a strong start to this map with a cool pocket strat on an eco round. But now we have to see the depth of this T side. As Spirit could start to build in. That's a shot and a half.
All right then, Device. Haven't had to say his name all too much yet.
Yeah, being spotted on the fade. He's been having a rough game, and
Device
I can barely blame him.
Looking for even more out in the yard, and oh my God, Donk fighting a range. They all line up, and Donk is not the man to mess with. Mr. Multi-kill lines him up, knocks him down. Danes fall like dominoes in the yard. And that's, you know, with these slow burning rounds, that's what you've been trying to avoid. You can never discount the multi-kill potential of this guy.
3 out of 4 headshots on the spray.
I mean, everyone on Spirit, you know, gets kind of different degrees of freedom. Donk getting the most of it. Shiro getting more and more as time's gone on in this Spirit squad. But Zontix is very much a kind of anchor in place, lock down a certain portion of the map. He's responsible for these ramp holds, these lower drops. And with him looking this good and shoring up that half of the map, it's a big problem for Astralis. They try their hand at this fast top site hit. Backstab already in for Zontix, gets out with a multi-kill. Astralis never allowed to get comfortable here. Bomb even down and out in no man's land. HOTU goes and gets it. Chase into the lobby. They want to try and battle Zontix here. They think they have him in a 1 versus 2, but he's got support. Last second burn. Shiro, can he clutch up? Captain versus Orpa and Shiro. Aggressive moves in that swing there. Shiro does not play scared in these clutches. He guns straight for Astralis.
And now their final chance.
5-2 up at one point were this Astralis squad. You don't want to feel like you completely gave everything up in the tail end of this first half. Nabi goes 1 for 1. And the rest of Astralis set their sights on lower with a Stown lurk, trying to get rid of a big name for Team Spirit. Donk has been found out. Chopper down here and has been here for the longest time, but he'll get run through. And so it's got to be another big round for Shiro on his AWP.
He's going through. My oh my.
He's around the edge of the smoke. Shiro hits a blinder. An immediate trade available though. And Astralis at least tee themselves up to split this first half. Magic's all that stands between them and that goal. Time is not on his side here. He's got to be swift, got to be quick with it. And that leads to a lazy clear on Device. Pistol round feels important for Astralis. It's what gave them such a leg up in this second map, but the top site has been hit hard. Spirit move in. Smokes down, tags up into these players at the heavens, but we're still in a 5-on-5 right now. Playing a contain on the lobby side is Chopper.
Full reset for Device, but this is cope. There's no way you can win this round again. These are such hard rounds to win. The flash has to be perfect, and even then it is only just the first push into this site.
Flash dodged. No one blind for Spirit. Magic's closing the gap, moving in. Yabi doing what he can. The one to throw that flash, arriving a little later, attempting a clothesline. Shiro closing the gap, but can't find him.
Chopper leads the charge. Donk right behind him. The smokes land outside, and Stown tries to threaten it. Oh, just a little short, but through the smoke nonetheless. Catches a whiff of Donk and continues the solid head-to-head.
I mean, look, if Stown exists for the sole purpose of getting the guy out of the round, that's all well and good. He's already done a great job here of slowing down this yard aggression. Device spots one on the cross, that's info.
Oh, remaining aware, but the rest of Spirit are surrounding this B bomb site right now, and no one's even in position.
Yeah, Stairs in a bit of an awkward spot here. He needed help sooner if he actually wanted to get into B. Felt like he couldn't leave ramp entirely uncontested.
They only saw one guy down lower. They weren't sure on numbers. They find out the hard way with a bomb plant.
Chopper closing in on these ramp players. Device Orb spotted. He's starting to build a picture of the numbers over towards ramp. For now, Magic's still kind of lost to the hands of time here. So a 4-on-2 in this lower site for Astralis. Stown even finds Magic's on his lurk, but time is still the problem. Time's the enemy. Zontic's offering up resistance. Needs to win this. Swings out wide. Stown, it's going to be real close, but fist bumps are there. He believes he's got it. It's close from Zontix. Noise made down at the B site. Molly's getting lobbed in. That keeps players here, but they still have that ace up their sleeve of Magic's over in heaven.
It's a solid gamble, though.
Too strong in this B site for Astralis. Chance to bring a third player in as well, but that double hold gets wrecked. Device on his orb. Won't be able to find the shot. That first incision to send Astralis in. And so late in the game.
They will survive, but Spirit immediately respond after Astralis' first gun round. Great trade work on B. Planting their feet firmly outside. Astralis trying to fight for this real estate. The smokes look fake right now, but Donk is coming in. And it would be like Donk to clear this position. Shadow gives it up. Stown pre-fires and finds yet another kill on Donk, but Zontic's trading quick. Device over the smoke. Oh, another whiff. That is ugly. Those are the ones you can't afford when it comes down to close rounds.
Not the type of misses you associate with Device either, right? He's had a couple of these chances in swing rounds in important moments to be the guy to bring Astralis back into the conversation. Missed his first here. Lands the tag down range. Still yet to get a kill out of the Device orb, but he's done a lot of damage, painting them red out in the yard. Finally, Device comes up with one. Tipping the scales into Astralis' favor. And it's another one of these kind of galvanizing rounds for Astralis where, you know, they set the pace, they set the precedent, even though they're on this CT side. Yeah, any round that Donk isn't multi-killing is a good round, as far as Astralis are concerned.
Oh,
Sails
okay.
past. Donk, that's wild.
Vengeance.
Hot on the movement, and he's real quick with it. Already through main. You won't be ready for the pace out of Donk here. Oh. Device doesn't even look like he's considering it. He's still scoped up in the yard. They have no clue that Donk has made it this far. Why would you? The pathing was wild. But he's done every single stage of this aggression with so much conviction. It's left him in a real powerful spot with so much time left on the clock. If you get Donk into a spot like this, you best convert on the round. That's what Spirit are thinking. Here's the backstab, trigger discipline for Donk, lets him close the gap a little more, but HOTU will stop him in his tracks. This is getting competitive now. Astralis chaining some rounds together.
Now we see ramp control, first real time after the smokes land outside. Device is pulled back out of position. He realizes, comes back into the angle and nails Donk like that. 5v4, hits the wall bang and sends Spirit into an early grave. They've cleared outside entirely. No lurker is slipping through the gaps here. Astralis know where Spirit are.
Still, I think you can hold the Gravedigger for now because Spirit do have their sights set on lower. And even though Astralis are painting a picture here, they're still a while away from actually securing that info as confirmed. HOTU gets challenged. They lose him first down at lower, and that is the site taken.
I mean, he needed that kill. I think Astralis just saved, like you said, from position. Clearing the map at the same time that Spirit were just taking the gift of that B-bomb site. Ollie is ready.
Here's the top site here. Once more, HOTU in the firing line. The play stalls out, but only for a moment. Here's the hit. Donk at the forefront, turns on a dime. Homed in on that third player, but can't get past Yabi. It looked dire for Astralis. Yabi, has he just saved them, or can Chopper rise to the occasion? Deals with the man that stalled it all.
Oh.
Here's a tag in the molly as well. This is info for Chopper. Should know that both players in this top site and their rough whereabouts. Time's the only thing he's got to work with, and he's hoping that if he sits still for long enough, the stress sets in for Astralis. And they give him a reason to go for this, but that's not going to happen. They're not moving. Chopper has to bring the fight to them. Can the captain turn it around for Spirit? He's found his first. Stare versus Chopper. And Chopper has the info. Time's now his enemy. Closing the gap. Spirit's captain puts them on that point. 1v3 for Chopper.
Patience pays off. Group for this final hit, this final bust of the top site. HOTU again holds a Molotov. This bought so much time last time, but Yabi still required 3 kills. Can he do it again?
They'll make their way out through the door. That molly has displaced Yabi. He's hoping the smoke, giving him this extra tiny ledge to work with, can be the difference maker. Last time 3 wasn't enough, but it's down here, his right-hand man there to help him. Device pressured over at ramp, and now Donk left in the clutch.
Donk in a clutch.
You hit tab, you look at who's left standing. Fear creeps into the minds of Astralis! Donk is here! So quick, so decisive, so good. The front runner for
execute on this A site. Bait and switch setup here for Astralis, hoping Spirit take the spawn in the post pond. They might be right in thinking so. Nice tap for Stare. It's been fairly quiet, absent in this final after a phenomenal performance. They're not going to check the corner. Donk goes back, second guesses it, and succeeds in doing so. Spirit pushed forward, deep smoke. We've seen this pistol before. It's locked Astralis out. They can nade it. Spirit on up for the taking. It's a kit smoke, but they need the kills. They need them now.
Nothing offered. The swing's going to come a little later. Donk will get dealt with, but for HOTU, dying lights of this round, even though he's made it competitive, he just doesn't have the time on his side, surely. HOTU
no.
Makes it across, but there isn't time. Chopper was not in position to stop that either. Sadly, it's seconds too late for the Astralis captain. Nearly playing into that B stack again, but you can see Chopper has kept the porch light on. He's left that back door open. And they move in to an empty A site.
So sad for Stown as well, because he big flanked, and instead of just going for the mid and looking for kills, he wanted to flank Apps to actually play the objective, and Spirit cancel the plan. Magic's even aware of that flank. So simply done for Spirit, converting on their pistol.
I mean, for CS fans everywhere, it's very reassuring to see Spirit trying to go for this clean finish in the final. Home of the best player in the world, reigning major champions, but this year other squads have leveled up, other squads have got better. They lost their title in Katowice. They have yet to lift a trophy in an arena since Shanghai. You know, even though Donk is very much stealing the show in this final, Shiro's continued evolution as a player is very intriguing for this Spirit squad. Astralis in their first rifle round bring the heat. They come in with lower tunnels aggression. They take away a huge portion of the map, and they get out with a 5v4.
Even a smoke. This is an awkward spot to be in for Spirit. Donk's got the bomb up in B apartments at 35 seconds. They have to go.
Now going to shut down that first man in, and the round's starting to stall out for Team Spirit.
They don't know.
Device finds one more, but Donk out through the apartments now, isn't ready for a player in at the bench. HOTU collects a free kill, and Shiro left saving. Astralis, with a bit of wind in their sails there, make a play to open up their CT side, and it rewards them. Ooh. Shiro boxed in, and that's a death after time. Disaster for Team Spirit.
And after two con smokes, Stown still sits beside as Spirit come for the split. It's a good setup for Astralis, but they don't clear Stown. Chopper checks the wrong side. Good spray for Stown. Device got to turn his aim back to the ramp, stops Donk in his tracks. So trade for Shiro. Is this round on?
They've whittled down the first few players. Found a way to generate a bomb plant here of Team Spirit. Zontix has been sharp in this final, but he'll get decapitated. Shiro, runner, and Astralis just swarmed that last man. Second man faces Donk. Chopper down a soak up that first shot from the AWP. That's the price of admission to get Donk's Deagle out through the ramp. Ooh. Oh my God, and you can see why. Reset called, and that's because look at the gift that Shiro's found. Astralis very antsy up against the pistols. They up and left this B site. Now Shiro can't die here. If he does, that bomb coming back won't have a site to go to. Oh, Oh dear, Donk finds another on the dig. Astralis can feel that this one is starting to slip away. Magic's also concealed, isn't known about here. They might think they dealt with the B player fast enough. Donk now moves in a position over on short. Astralis, they will deal with him. That Deagle dead. But there's still more than meets the eye to this Spirit team. Magic's moving in on the Tech 9, closing the distance. HOTU left fighting with a pistol of his own. They need to face Magic's together, but it's awkward on these lines. They will swing him wide, and Astralis able to hold on, but even around with just pistols.
HOTU again charging the apartments. Astralis bringing a punch, and Donk denies it. He has an answer. Triple B. Donk looked like he wanted all three. But Spirit take a breather, and that makes Astralis doubt it. They have to go back to the A site. Stair leaves after what looked like an early rotation. They're not certain that Spirit are committing. They are. Chopper up short, stopped in his tracks. Donk's on for the ace. Sticks the knife into Astralis' heart, and 4 kills, finds 4 rounds for Team Spirit.
There is no such thing as impossible to this guy. There's just no limit to what Donk is capable of. The way he takes every one of these fights, the speed at which his brain works, and just whirs away.
Got to consider it to the point where the biggest criticism we levy against Donk is his team, not the individual, but the players around him. Unstoppable.
Oh my God! He is just, he wants this final right now. He wants it over. He wants that trophy. Now we'll be a little overzealous, and they'll let Stown hang out at the stairs.
Again?
With Donk dead. What can Stown do?
Go on.
Chasing down this last man. He's got 1 bullet left in the Deagle.
Okay.
HOTU moves in. Dink landed downrange. That's damage done. Stown with time to get the reload off. He's low on health throughout this entire clutch attempt. Can Stown match up against this Spirit when they've lost their front man? Drop in for Stown. Looking for Magic's in the sight. 1 bullet from Zontix would end this round, would stop Stown in his tracks. He's also got a molly to play with. Stown needs to bait that out early, or else time decides everything here. He's doing all he can to try and get this Molotov. No way. No way.
Oh, and Zontix ice cold, but he still peeks in. Such a mind game against the crowd there. Stown knows he can't stick it. They give it away.
Vice just dropping off, and they're going to go through right as he's cycling the util. They're already out. Donk finds the opener. Molly slows his roll, and he's been softened up. Stair could look to find this. That's a lineup! Stairway to the stars. He deals with them, stops them at the steps, and Magic's dead. Astralis have an anchor man they have faith in.
Spirit really have taken some slow T rounds again. They're going to go back to middle again at a minute. Smokes come in for Shiro. The benefit of this pace is Astralis have nothing to show for it. 2 smokes are all that remain before contact is made. HOTU is just on a tear right now, but Donk is ready to put the leash back on him. Shuts him down in a 4v4. Yabi in a great position. Chopper just cleared this. He doesn't know what he's running into. This B site is fraught with danger, fraught with Danes. Device at the bench.
Gonna go unaccounted for right now. If he swung, Donk would be dead, but trying to play the timing is Device.
Oh, no.
Picks the wrong target. Gonna get spammed down. Donk found Shiro dead, and Astralis clean up.
How are they here? They're making this interesting right now. Lots of noise in middle. Astralis, they can hear it coming. They know it's coming. HOTU's push. HOTU's in T-spawn. They know it's an A-play. Device can win this round. He's flashed off the angle. It's up to Stown. Traded after 1. They have no time to pick up the gun. They've got to go into the site.
Device Orb hitting, but it's got to keep rolling. He's got support over on ramp. There's layers to this defense for Astralis. And so as Spirit move in, they go right into the stack. They play into the hands of Astralis.
Not ready for this guy.
HOTU late at ramp, nearly 15 kills deep, trying to match the output of Donk in this first half. And they will, for the first time in this grand final series, Astralis win out the half. But the rest of his team have slowed down. Will that come to matter?
Oh, Rambus, send it. It's down. Straight out with great timing. Shura can't even get under the balcony. He realizes he has to cancel. The scaling is in. Astralis are moving forward. These Julies are so blind on both peaks, and HOTU follows up. Astralis cement their feet on this site.
Donk moves in. Got a lot of info on that jump, and it went unpunished as well. He knows about Device on top of Triple. Not the little gimmick they think it is. Zontic's going to throw himself in as the first man, hoping to give a bit of room to his teammate Donk. 3 players laid out ahead of him, and no shots land. Astralis, no pistol in that first half, but they run away with the second one. That's going to solidify this lead on Mirage.
Of all maps, if you said Astralis were going to take one in this series, Mirage, I would have laughed you out of the room. No track record. Arguably Donk's best map. Clear in their intent, this A split. Donk plays ahead of the smoke. Great flash catches Zontix, and Donk can't cover him, but he needs no help. HOTU, top performer of Astralis. Yeah, you heard me right. Put down first. You don't know about Donk. That smoke's soon to fade. Donk spam through it.
Okay. Alarm bells going off now. This rifle round matters so much to Team Spirit. And they've lost their one-man army. The rest of the team start to crumble. The captain can't hold on to the A site alone. Astralis, so unexpected. Level up on Mirage. And as a team,
sometimes only so much one man can do, and Astralis across the board with Stairs' best map in this final so far, with HOTU leading the numbers, and Stound right by his side have something to say in this series after all. You couldn't have blamed them for giving up and going down here in a third map. But Astralis have stepped up to the plate. They've swung for the fences.
can they make it 10 in a row? HOTU dead first. As this dream streak from Astralis loses its captain. It's Magix and Zontix on the warpath out through short. Now Device still waits in middle with this AWP. He could catch them dropping down, but he'll miss this window. He'll miss this timing. Zontix gets down into lower. Magic's gonna spot the B play in the downtime.
Get out.
Spirit have the info. Magix elects to go down fighting here. Gets out with one, but the rest of Astralis hound him down.
Flank is so fast.
This is where that timing miss, letting Zontix close the gap through the apartments. Will that cost Astralis, or are they ready for it? Stair holding on. They're prepared for this gap. And this is it, Astralis 3-on-3 to try and keep this grand final going. Zontix will thread that needle on the backstab, but Donk is dead. Yabi, 3 kills deep. A man known for shrinking up and going quiet on these stages. He's got Device, the veteran of Astralis, in this with him. Can they really keep themselves in the final? They seem to think so. No time for Spirit. Astralis, keep this final going.
These spirits exercised on the stage. HOTU's Astralis ordains this win. Just yesterday here, Donk with a nearly career low. Can he pick it back up, or will Astralis make this the distance?
This is a great position for Donk out at the E-box, but the flashes make life hard for him. He does have cover, but doesn't last long. Clean stuff from the rest of the boys, though, as Spirit repel the A-play dominantly. Donk not even required.
Distraction. This is all for the pop control. Ollie buys a second, Astralis extinguish.
Donk up close, fell first. HOTU gives over the opening. Chopper also followed up onto. That's great from Stair. Magic's tucked in, but they are closing in on Magic's position. Stair starts to get nervous, getting whittled down by Zontix back in connector. Ends up far closer than Astralis were hoping for. And now Zontix left in a clutch. 1v1's laid out ahead of him, but Device is making moves to link back up with Yabi. And they seem so aware just from who's left for Team Spirit. They know where to look. That spam connecting earlier on. They were ready for Zontix's late play out through.
Yeah. This one is such an unknown. Smoke's
Leaving
come
this
out.
down to the wire. 30 seconds as they set up this A-exeg. Shiro here on the AWP, but that shot just sails on past. Magic's trying to bail them out. Starts to feel pressure. Ivy's been open for a while. He'll turn back around, but he can't contain Stown. 15 seconds. Time is a problem for Astralis. They've got to break through, and they've got to break through now. Shiro will get found out. Can anyone deny the plant? No one can stop this. Astralis get that bomb planted, and they'll go on to clean up. Comfort playing to the extremities of the time. And they go into a padded out A site. Zontix deleted. Astralis hitting the ground running to open up train.
Not interested. Don't want to give them anything.
And he hears a bunch of footsteps over in Pop, so they know about this B stack. There's a lot of guns on. So surely any hope of wildness in this vanilla pistol round out the window with how Astralis play it.
Yeah, they're a little cautious, but reload caught. Donk drops the bomb. I'm not worried yet, but Astralis are taking their sweet time, hoping these kills just come to them. They should in due course. Crikey. Just finish it, Astralis, making a meal out of the anti-eco.
Back in after the timeout, and a pretty fast pace set by Astralis as they try and tee up Stown with the cover of Device to get out through Ivy. Magix is here, hoping to contain this, but Stown gets past him. That's a huge problem. The backline now corrupted for Spirit. You're going to be looking over your shoulder throughout the entirety of this round while Stown is still in the picture. He'll play his hand now. Going out soon, Shiro is the guy who could find himself in the firing line. They're still hoping to find Stown, but they just can't get a beat on this guy.
Oh, he stabs him in the back all right. Flank up Ivy, 3 kills on the entry, traded, and round falls for Spirit.
It's the Stown and Yabi duo to make it happen. Stown starting out through Ivy, Yabi with a key trade to stop Donk's roll. Save called for Zontix as another one of these rounds just slips by the wayside for Spirit. The B's somewhat strugglesome for this Spirit team. They're only, well, up until last map, their only map loss on their way to this final. Coming to FURIA here in the semis yesterday. For the Danish squad, Donk on a hero gun, creeps forward. HOTU dealt with first as Donk tries to leave a mark. Yabi starts to search B in the downtime though, and so very quickly that man advantage is whittled away.
Chopper back sight, tucked in, and Astralis say, give us a space, we'll take it. Yabi's going to clear this. Chopper, awkward timing, but he still recovers a shot. Stown out, finds Magix. Chopper calls for Donk.
Donk in the right place on this gun. Two players ready to swing him out through Pop. It's Device a little later to keep it clean. Donk dealt with. Astralis up to 5 in a row. Ooh. Device fast to try and hold for the pop cross. You know who you're going to be facing when that's the fight you go for, but Donk doesn't give it to him. Instead, it's a big nade to hurt Device greatly.
Look at him go.
HOTU runs it through Pop. Oh, the transfer! No. More than just a captain. When needed, he can take him to the stars. HOTU, 2 kills to soften up this A site. Shiro wounded, not quite mortally, still at play, still at large, but his teammates feeling pressure.
Nowhere to go.
Magic's getting boxed in. Zontic's found in the downtime. Astralis swarm this A site. Still know that they've got Magic's trapped in a box here. Living on a timer, living on the say-so of that Device AWP. And so it's only Shiro left. Tries to play his hand through the smoke. It's being held though, and if he reacts to that bomb, he's a dead man. Instead, the spot there, but Stown will deal with him. And Astralis looking to the shooting stars, only deal in streaks, 6 straight.
I did not think this would be Donk's counter. But right now he's in his pocket, he's in his head. Device again, attempting the entry. And it lands.
A shot from the Magic second orb. HOTU full blind, throws his life down to try and set up the rest of his team, but Yabi can't go. For now, Donk's still in this. Magic's holding on to the push, the double orb working wonders for Team Spirit. And that Device opener quickly forgotten about. Astralis find themselves in a 2-on-4.
Magic's moving out of position at the right time. Device was patiently waiting for that kill to present itself. A B push.
One more from the AWP, maybe. Shiro, comfortable line, comfortable kill. Time, the only thing on Device's side as he makes his push out through Ivy. Magic's on this angle. And the double orb proves to be a solution for Team Spirit.
He's going to get nades out first. Lurk, smoke, shuts Shiro out. Shuts him up, pushes him back. Astralis attack with a full execute.
This puts a lot of pressure on Zontix. He was meant to just be watching ramp, but now the upper's open. Zontix trying to make a play, feels so claustrophobic. Astralis bite down on B. Yabi with one hell of a sequence. Donk can't bring him back into it, and it's this stabby duo making magic happen. Heroics from Stown and Yabi seal the deal on a strong lead for Astralis.
Like a hot knife through butter, they hash it out on this B site. And now they play with bravado. That Yakinda pathing straight out behind the box. No kills offered up. Spirit play a little more passive this time. Chopper has an inkling, goes for it. HOTU puts the pressure on. Molotov's going to force Chopper back. He doesn't want to 4v5 him. Yabi's gone through, and he will get denied. Chaos ensues, and Spirit thrive in it. That
Just
should be it.
He's boxed in, he's dead. Shiro Orb continues to be a defining factor for Team Spirit.
A 2-3 with a kit smoke that will go a long way.
Stown and Yabi here. Top of the charts, Astralis duo, but Stown takes one of the dome straight away. Yabi's unable to get revenge as Donk leads the charge onto a deep push in a CT, and they look to meet Astralis here.
Oh.
They go out for the swing. Donk decides against it.
Yeah, it's a tight choke point. Don't let them back in.
Not giving up a few of these fights. Chances for Astralis to find their way back in, but a lot of time ticked off this bomb. HOTU does have a kit to work with, though, as you try and go for this last second moving in. Shiro turns the tide, and Stown just doesn't have the time nor the resources. Big hat trick from Shiro.
Ballsy push for Stair. Playing up and in the smoke and main. Donk tames the beast. Stown gives him a 1D.
That's a hell of a shot. Stown still needs more, needs to extract more value. Right now, he's slowing them down.
Uh-oh.
They're getting whittled down, tagged up by scouts, tagged up by Deeks. Now Yabi plays his hand in with the backstab. The force buy, tearing through Spirit. Magic's left cowering. And now they know where he is. Astralis try to close in. Swing from Device could stop this right now. And it will come through. Device faces him head on. Stan with an aggressive move, and it will see him playing into the hands of this hero gun. Astralis not afraid. They've spotted players in the corner. That's going to do big damage on the nade, and Stown gets out.
This head-to-head is unbelievable. Is someone keeping count?
Trying to recover from this early skirmish over in Ivy, and look at the risk that HOTU's taken. Calls their bluff, creeps all the way up, and finds the perfect timing. Magix was just holding this until a second ago. He's going to get killed before that smoke even gets used. The one piece of util Spirit had to try and get into this round is gone. One back for Zontix, a little bit more for Chopper, but it's HOTU tightening the net on the backstab that's painted them up with damage.
Got to be Yabi now. They're so low.
Guns to be retrieved. The best laid of plans for Astralis, winning the 5v4, getting the timing on the backstab, still might not be enough. Low HP for Shiro and Chopper, and a big spot for Yabi. Feels like it has to be him to bail them out in this round. Chopper left cowering, but you've seen this corner let down Spirit before. They'll swing him, Chopper dead. And Astralis on to double digits.
It's just a horrible post-one position.
You saw all the potential, but it would so often disappear when the pressure was on. A renaissance for Astralis. Devices AWP. Potent on the behold has opened up, knocking Donk out of the fray, out of the round. No longer in this fight. Shiro and Chopper do what they can. Battling forward, even more for Zontix. And just there, it all comes unraveled. Doesn't want to risk this gun.
He's going to swing off his teammates.
Plays now, decides against it. Instead, it's HOTU taking next contact. Burning Alive pushed the extremities of that, and now they're ready for the swing out from the heavens. This setup, this three-man interplay for Astralis doesn't come through.
Feels like a wasted opportunity there. Stair could have caught after he heard that AWP fire off.
One kill here from Yabi feels like a requirement. 35 seconds left, so for Spirit, this is a very late exec in towards this A site. Yabi's Deagle gives us a chance to fire just one bullet, and that's all he gets. Spirit dodged the stack, dodge these hero guns, and look to make this a 2-round game.
Yeah, it's closed up very quick. Oh, that's a big grab. Getting an AWP out of this is huge for Astralis, but it's not guaranteed with Zontix in this position. Stown aware of it. Zontix steps. Stown sees the shadow. One step too far.
He's trying to bait this shot so much, and he finally gets it.
That's it. Ooh. It's just more important you don't give the AWP over, even less so than you save it. Spirit have the money. on track for a comeback. Sneaking into the halls.
He's down on this jiggle. Just playing for the info. Gets out of there after he gets the spot. Has to concede this real estate to Spirit. Once again, it's one of these 30-second execs, but Spirit are very strung out right now. 2 players still over towards B. We're going to have to link back up with Donk. 20 seconds on this play. They've not left themselves the good graces of time on this clock. Zontix opens up at a B, but the bomb's heading out into this A site, and Yabi can hear this, but caught crossing. Plant comes down. Stray bullet could have saved this, but it won't come through. And Spirit doing to Astralis what they did to them all T-side long. These slow, suffocating T-side rounds. 1 kill back for Stair. 3-on-3, but a round you'd already given up. A round you'd already conceded.
Oh, Spirit absolutely scrambled Astralis right there. Zontix coming out upper at 20 seconds, and there's 3 players B for Astralis, so that only just keeps them out of position. You can tell how unready Yabi is, how unprepared as he sneaks out from hell. There's an AWP in main at 12 seconds. It comes down to the wire, but Spirit stick the landing. Oh, that's close. 8 health on Stown after the spam. And so Spirit trapping this A site.
There's been a really good realization here from Astralis too, and that's to hold on to util late in the round, right? If Spirit are going to deal them all these 30-second execs, they try to hold on to as much util as they can to stall this out, but will you be able to? Device drops down from his perch up on top of the train. Donk closing the distance, but there's the Device AWP. Yabi, 2 kills from him on the aggression. Spirit getting shut out finally from one of these A plays. Shiro looks for a route back in, but an uncharacteristic miss seals his fate. It's not the game yet for Astralis, but they get to keep that gap between them and Spirit, and they widen it a little further. They've not been dumping all this util early. Onus going to be on Chopper, and whether he can figure that out might call a bit of a faster round here. Donk comes barreling in. Dead instantly to the Device AWP. We said we wanted more from Device. Now is not the time for him to develop a stage fright in this final. 1 kill on the AWP already. Help from Hooksy goes a long way.
Creeping under, Chopper.
They'll get under the Device scope, and Device is uprooted or brushed aside. Spirit batten down the hatches, they get into A.
Felt like Astralis had control. This was in the palm of their hand. Spirit has snuck in. A boost has to be the way. Yabi and Stown against Team Spirit.
This was the corner that was letting down Spirit all throughout that first half. They lost so many of these post plants from that position.
They've got to know both.
Yabi and Stown try and use it against them. They get this into a 2v2. Shiro holding, can't afford to miss a bullet here as the game hangs in the balance. Shiro nails it. And Yabi now put in an awkward spot, pincered between the AWP, between Zontix. Shiro swings. Tried and true, the Shiro AWP on train.
Moving his pieces around the board. And for Spirit to show they can do it, even without Donk, would be a hell of a statement. But we're not done yet. Explosion out the B site. Chopper leads the charge. They don't know about Stown.
This is where your heart's racing, and Chopper, he's amping up. Spirit with a tie game. A chance to close on a map that has been causing them problems. For Astralis now, no money, only these 2 saved guns. Device and Stare will have to be the ones that keep this unlikely grand final dream alive for Astralis. If they don't,
a late game recovery. Shiro stable. Astralis throwing whatever they can the way of Spirit. Hooksy's aggression tempered by Donk. He sees a shadow, he wants more. A trophy within touching distance. An Astralis that did more than you can expect, but is this where the road ends? Is this the end of the line? Full execute on B. A brutal close. Donk does it again, double up.
This is where Device has to earn his keep. This is where that AWP has to do it, because Stare's given them a chance, a fighting chance, but that's a huge miss. Stare's first time with a chance to grab a trophy. After a phenomenal run in these playoffs and through the groups, it's him and Stown left in this, but they've got Donk to beat. Stown on the swing! Donk deletes him! Spirit are right there! And it's the arrival of Donk now! Spirit want to end it with a bang. Donk straight out through main, Shiro in the kill feed first. A duo that has to learn to match the heights of these other squads. Look to shut down Astralis' hopes and dreams. 4 on 2. There should be no way to misplay this. Astralis, they feel that the game is gone. It's not in their hands anymore. Yabi creeping up. Catching Chopper is a big thing. It slows the roll of Spirit, but the defense gets split. And so this is a moment in which Yabi is the sole hope of Astralis. The one man that can keep them in this! On for the ace! Astralis run it back!
Absolutely no right. Spirit, they want to go. They're tired of waiting around. A flash is all it takes. They spot Yabi, but there's a second piece in this B site. Device's AWP strikes. Yabi swings and Shiro misses. It's the deadly duo dead first. Someone's got to save him.
Zontic's doing what he can. Out on an island out here at upper, still looking for even more in this position. Knows more will be required. Chopper mopped up on the back line. That's the bomb gone. And Astralis look to do right by Yabi. Taking the first in OT. Magic so far away. So far removed. It's unexpected. First kill's free, but the next is the true test.
Astralis talking, considering their options. How do we not lose this? Util down, but don't fumble with nades. Magix is coming for the fight.
They're grouped together. Smoke in as well. Doubt starts to creep into the minds of Astralis as Magix tries to thread this needle, but he's not escaping Stare, who as soon as that smoke came in, started making his move. Astralis stay active in the 2v1.
Nades on the cross have done significant damage all CT side long. But Astralis still make it in. Stown crosses up to pop, and Spirit have been slow in gaining this position.
They want to boost.
And that's a kill to cover. That's Sontic's at a range. Stown gonna jump up. Shiro caught in the crossfire. Somehow, someway, Astralis slaughter Spirit where they stand. Full reset, but that goes both ways. Astralis are entering unknown territory.
Yeah, this whole time you haven't had a beat on Magix. You don't know where he could be. And so that is going to slow down this reroute back towards the A site, giving Spirit a lot of breathing room. Astralis really have no choice here but to group up and play together. Return of the Wolf Pack.
Everyone's cautious.
This is where Shiro kept them in the game long enough. But in this round, it's Donk who has to deliver.
Oh my
Magic stinked at the first turn. Backstab in for Device. It's Donk or it's die. Swing out on the AWP. Blessed by Shiro. Can Donk finish the job? Stair moves in. And Donk doesn't know where he's gotten to, doesn't know where to look. The indecisiveness, the quick scoping. Donk breaks the path! The confidence back in him. Courage to hype up the crowd there. You've seen him with his head in his hands in some of these shots, but no longer. Donk has decided he wants to be the difference maker.
Going quick again.
Wants to be the reason that Astralis have nightmares about Train. Zontix and Chopper kills a piece. Yabi ducking through the smokes. Plays a dodging game, but will get found out. And so Team Spirit, 2 on the T side. Clutch for Donk, domination in the final round.
Against a T side that netted 8 rounds in regulation from Astralis. Stown's lurks on Ivy were integral, smoked off, no respect. The nade pushes Magic's back and Stown gets closer. Double orb for Spirit, Shiro moving in, sniper crossfire, Stown's patience pays off.
Gets a little carried away trying to chase that kill and follow through on a Magix though, and you hope that that hasn't cost them. The heroic duo falling first. Chopper gonna mop up another. Team Spirit fast building towards map point, championship point, and all that stand in their way is the captain of Astralis. Hooksy takes the first, but the next to face is Donk, and he is rebirthed on Train, reborn.
Spirit success all but guaranteed. Can they close?
Fast cross for Stair, playing this Yakindar position in Olaf, but they're ready for it. Chopper's leveled up. He's got the reads, he knows Hooksy's tricks. He's seen them before. And Spirit, the path is open right now. Can they walk it? Can they get that trophy? Donk seems to think so. Device with a reply, but the round is stalled to a crawl, and there's the close. Team Spirit rise to the occasion. Donk reactivated. Shiro, a consistent threat throughout this game. It's Team Spirit!